So we are doing the programming exercise 417 name items under the Java MOOC course. So the programming exercise asks us to implement the class items described here. So we have to write a program that reads the name of the items from the user. So it's a user inputted object that is being added to the list, right? So if the name is empty, the program stops reading. Otherwise, the given name is used to create a new item, which you will add then to the items list. Having read all the names, print all the items by using the toString method of the item class. The implementation of the item class keeps track of time of creation in addition to the name of the item. So all our output should look like this. So let's hop into the program. So first of all, we have both the item.java and items.java class already included in the layout of the program. So our item class basically has two instance variable, the item name and the created at. The created at is gathered by using this functionality of Java, that is local datetime.now provides the current datetime and stores it to this variable created at of time local datetime. And we have a getter method for getting the name of the item and toString method to print as illustrated in the output. So all we have to do now is, okay, we have already used the scanner and scanner util has already been imported. Now as usual or done previously, we are going to use a loop to get the input until user hits an empty string. So while true, we'll be doing this. All we have to do is print name, and that's all it asks for, right? So after that, let's assign it to a variable named item name equals to scanner dot next line, right? And then if item name dot is empty, then what we have to do is we have to come out of the loop. So we're going to use the break, right? Otherwise, we're going to add it to the list named items. So we're going to use items dot add, and what we are adding is a new item. So it's a new item, but this item takes a default constructor, as we can see here, takes a default constructor with a parameter named string right here. So this is the constructor, and it takes a parameter named string that is of type string. So we have assigned that name to this variable item name, so we're going to pass item name here. So item name has been passed, and let's end this. Okay, and I think that's all we have to do for the user input. Now after that, we have to simply print it out, and we are going to do it using the toString method. We just have to use this probably to print it, right? Or not, let's check it out. Let's play the program, select the main class, and we're going to use two input. The first one is going to be a hammer, and the second one is going to be a caller. And we have this hammer and a caller, but the output as illustrated in the programming exercise tells us to print this in new line, right? So for that, what we have to do is let's just add a new line here. Will that work? South, and or maybe let's play this and check this out. The name is going to be a hammer, and then it's going to be a collar and an empty string, but still it's not being printed like that way. But let's see if there is any errors in the exercise or not, and then we'll go into the printing section. it's still awaiting. Okay, even the alt tests are passed. Now what this output tells us is that since we have printed the items, oh no, the ID has hanged. Let's wait a while. It's working back. So what it just illustrates us is that this square bracket right here, these two square brackets denote that our object is of list, and this list encloses these two objects named hammer and collar, right? So for printing the items individually, we can use the for each loop. So all we can do is for, right, our item in items. Oh no, let's not do this. Okay, let's just use for item in items. All we have to do is use this code and simply print item, and let's run. I think this works. Okay, we're getting a hammer and a collar, and yes, we get the output as illustrated in the program exercise. Thank you.